YouTube ads are literally insane. Today, we're gonna talk about 4 specific YouTube campaigns so that you can tap into an underutilized platform, because I would bet you that in your marketplace, nobody else is doing this. Nobody else is running YouTube ads, and they're massively missing an opportunity that you are gonna take advantage of by watching this video, getting the training, and taking action on what you learn here today. Because this platform is incredible, not just from a branding standpoint, but from a lead generation standpoint. This is an opportunity where people's attention is already being placed. Yet, when you look at local real estate communities where agents are doing business, they're just not tapping into this platform because it's a little bit more technical. But I'm going to demystify that today. Step by step, spell it out. And not just how to make the ads. I'm gonna tell you what videos to make so that you can step up to the plate and take every opportunity of YouTube for yourself to grow your unfair share of the marketplace locally, because I wanna see you win in your business. So if you're looking to leverage YouTube ads, you have come to the right place. Let's dive in. YouTube offers this amazing advertising product called TrueView ads. Now, a TrueView means that the viewer, whoever you're advertising to, has to watch your video either in its entirety or for at least 30 seconds. So that means if your full video, because remember it's a video platform, your ad is actually just a video. If your entire video is less than 30 seconds, it means the viewer has to watch the whole thing or it doesn't cost you anything. And if your ad is more than 30 seconds, the viewer has to watch at least 30 seconds. Therefore, it's a true, in the truest sense, a true view. Now, in the TrueView category, there are 2 types of ads we're gonna break down today. Now remember, I have 4 examples of actual ads to run we're gonna get into, but I'm gonna talk about the different types of ads that we're gonna be playing with first. So there's the InStream TrueView ad, and then there's the video discovery TrueView ad. So InStream versus discovery. Now, 3 of the ads today are gonna be InStream, and 1 is gonna be a video discovery. In the InStream category, those are the ads, the video commercials that play before, during, or after whatever video you're trying to watch. They're kind of the commercials. And there are actually 3 subtypes of InStream ads. There's the skippable InStream ad, our most common, where you go to watch a video and the commercial starts to play and it starts counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you can skip the ad. Well, guess what? If they skip the ad, they didn't watch the whole thing, so therefore you weren't charged. It's not a true view, right? That's one format. And then there's the non-skippable InStream ad, which is what it sounds like. Those last for either 15 seconds or 30 seconds. And then last, there's what's called the bumper format, which is a 6-second video ad that you can't skip. It's typically used by like insurance companies and yogurt companies and things like that. Those are your InStream ad categories, but then there's also, under this TrueView umbrella of ads on YouTube, there's what's called the video discovery ad. Video discovery is designed to help kind of corral people, viewers, your target audience, to discover your video content. And it does that with in-feed placements. Specifically, those placements are on the recommended next videos. So like, let's say you watch a video, you might see in the sidebar an ad for a recommended video to watch related to the video you just watched, or the one that I really like is in the search results. So like, let's say somebody types in real estate investing or real estate agent Milwaukee or something like that. Well, you can actually target the keywords to rank your video at the very top of the list, because remember, YouTube's a search engine. It's owned by Google. And so we're gonna cut the line and rank at the very top of the search results so that people discover your video content that's in line with those keywords in that search. Those are our different types of TrueView ads. Let's keep going. Now, a quick public service announcement before we get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's talk about what YouTube is for a second, algorithmically speaking. YouTube's a search engine. It's owned by Google, and it's got some variables that we need to know about so we don't accidentally do more harm than good with running ads. Because here's the thing, an ad on YouTube is just a video that was natively uploaded to YouTube, and then you made it an ad. So let's think about, what does YouTube value in terms of its native uploaded organic videos? Well, they care about 2 things. They care about click-through rate and they care about watch time. So what's click-through rate? Well, that means that when somebody sees your video on the home feed, on the Explore feed, on the subscription feed, in a recommended next video, in search results, wherever they see your video, do they click it or don't they click it to watch it? And whether they do or don't is actually feedback to YouTube in terms of, should it rank your video more often? Should it show your video more often? If people click it a lot, it has a high click-through rate. People want this stuff, so show it to more people. But if they don't click it, then demote it, because nobody wants this stuff. Now, once they do click it, that's where the other variable, watch time, comes into play. How long do they watch it? Did it actually live up to the expectation they placed upon it when they clicked it to watch it or not? And if they bounce quickly, once again, YouTube's like, maybe we should not show this content to people. Maybe this video isn't what people want. So think about that for a second. You've got an ad and you decide to run an in-stream skippable ad where after 5 seconds your viewer can skip it. Well, they could potentially be damaging the SEO, the optimization of your video, algorithmically speaking, because every time somebody watches and skips, it's a 5-second bounce. So it's potentially hurting your score, your SEO score of that video to rank organically. So the trick is, the acid test is, look, if your video that you upload to YouTube stands a chance of performing over time, 6 months out, a year out, 2 years out, indefinitely, it's evergreen, it's timeless, then maybe think twice before you run a skippable in-stream ad, because you could be cannibalizing your own video, algorithmically speaking. On the other hand, if your video is time-bound, which is what we're talking about today, like we're talking about videos that aren't going to be relevant 6 months from now. They're not going to be relevant a year from now, and you'll see why as we get into the content. So with that being said, it's like, no harm, no foul. Let's run the ad with it and get as much as we can out of it. They're ideal for YouTube ads. Just things to know before you start messing with the algorithm of YouTube. All right, so it's time to dive into our 4 different types of YouTube ads for real estate agents to run. This is an untapped platform, and our first one that I'm excited about is the Just Listed campaign. Now, you may already be doing a Just Listed campaign on Facebook, on Instagram with your new listings, as you should be. You should be trying to get as much exposure for those properties as possible. It only benefits the seller, and it only benefits you in positioning you as a listing agent in your marketplace. And the platform that I believe is truly untapped is YouTube InStream Ads. So we're going to talk about a Just Listed YouTube InStream ad. I'm going to go through it step by step. So the first thing you have to do is go into your Google Ads platform. So ads.google.com, open it up, and make sure that you are in expert mode, not express mode, as we do this. So you can look at my screen here and you can tell that I've got a new campaign that I'm getting ready to build, hence that it says new campaign. And the first thing it wants to know is, hey, select a goal that's going to make this campaign a success. And I've got all these different options: sales, leads, website traffic. That all sounds great. But I'm going to tell you right now, to do these 3, you're going to have to set up conversion tracking. Because think about it, like how is YouTube going to know if you did or didn't get leads? Because chances are they're going to click a link and leave YouTube to go to your website, at which point, how is YouTube supposed to know unless you set up conversion tracking, which today we're not going to cover because I don't think we need to. We're going to keep this one simple and straightforward, and we're going to choose a blank slate. Sounds good, right? We're going to choose to create a campaign without a goals guidance. And then it asks us to select a campaign type. We're going to choose video. Obviously, I'm in Google Ads. These are all of Google Ads. I'm going to choose video, which is pretty much YouTube. I'm going to leave it at a custom video campaign and click continue. And we're going to go build this ad campaign out from start to finish, from top to bottom of page. First things first, I've got to name the campaign. I'm going to just call it Just Listed, like so. The bid strategy is automatically set to a max cost per view. In other words, I'm going to specify how much money I'm willing to spend to get a true view, which is 30 seconds or the whole video if it's less than 30 seconds in totality. Then we go down to our budget and dates box. I'm going to change it from campaign total to a daily budget of $5. You can spend what you want. And I'm going to point out that there's no end date. So we're going to edit that. And let's pretend my listing goes live tomorrow. And then I'm going to run this ad for, I don't know, a week. All right, done with that. Let's scroll on down. We're going to go to locations next, and we're going to enter a specific location. Now, the video I'm going to use as my Just Listed video is from the FAR Group Northwest. They are a rock star team in Spokane, Washington. So we're going to choose to target Spokane. Just like this. Now, a couple things that it's just an aside, but I got to point it out to you. So on Facebook ads, they have their specialized ads category, which means you can't target zip codes and it has to be a 15-mile radius if you've ever done advertising there. Google has a similar policy. It's called the personalized advertising policies. And housing is one of the subject fields, one of the subject industries to the personalized ads policies. But their geo-targeting is a lot less restrictive. Now, you cannot target zip codes, but you can target privacy-safe radiuses. Sometimes you can target subdivisions. It just depends on, can I search for the subdivision and can it find it? Like, for example, if you're in Manhattan, you could search for Tribeca and it will pull up that neighborhood and you can target it. You can target privacy-safe radiuses, you can target subdivisions, you can target counties and cities. You have a lot more control over geo-targeting, but I'm going to keep this one easy and just do a city area of Spokane because I want all of Spokane to know about this brand new listing, hypothetically. All right, I'm going to scroll down past the campaign level and we're going to go into the ad group level. And the ad group level is basically where we tell YouTube, hey, here's the audience I want to target. Not where I want to target. Like, I know it's confusing. We're just going to name it Just Listed. I think they could actually improve how they separate these different sections, but whatever. I want to point out here, Audiences. This is what I want to look at. We're going to go into audiences. These are audience overlays that we're going to target, and I'm going to choose browse, and these are my different kind of main categories. I'm going to start off going to detailed demographics, home ownership status, and I'm going to target homeowners. But wait, I'm not done. There's more. Now I'm going to go to this in-market and life events audiences, and I'm going to start with in-market, and I'm going to scroll down to real estate, and we're going to target people who are interested in residential properties or have intent over residential properties, and houses for sale would be my preference. So I'm going to choose that. So now they've got two categories here where I'm targeting people in Spokane who are homeowners or who are interested in these properties. I'm going to go back up to the top here, and I want to look at the life events also. And I'm going to expand that open. And with the life events, I can go down to purchasing a home and expand that. Purchasing a home soon, that sounds really good. So you could be in any of these groupings and see my ads so long as you're in the Spokane area. Next, I'm going to choose to use this audience expansion wizard because sometimes Google just knows better than I do, and I'm going to give them the permission and authority to make those decisions if they can target better than me. All right, I'm going to keep on scrolling down to the bottom, and I'm going to set my bid. Notice over here, there's like a checklist that says, this is the stuff I have to have. That's what they're saying. Like if you want to see your estimated performance, you've got to give me these things over here. So the bid is listed. I'm going to set the bid at 5 cents per view. I'm willing to pay YouTube up to 5 cents to get one of those true views. You can test this with less or more. That's your prerogative. I find 5 cents to be pretty good. Okay, now we leave the ad group level and we scroll down to the actual ad itself. We're going to create the video ad. Remember, a video ad on YouTube is just a natively uploaded video. In other words, it's already on YouTube. I just need to get the link to it. So I actually already copied a link to my clipboard. So I'm going to literally say paste. And there's a link. This is a listing video of the FAR Group Northwest. Now remember I said that there's timeless versus time bound. This video is not going to be worth a lot after the house sells, which is why we're going to do it now and get as much exposure on this video now as possible. We're going to choose a video ad format of InStream skippable. Down here, the rest is just I can add a link. So like if they click the link, where does it take them? Ideally, it's going to go to your website where they can see more about the listing. I can add a display URL to make that link look pretty. I can add a call to action button, and if I look at this on desktop, it'll give me a cool little button they can click and drive traffic to my website. Now remember, we're not tracking that because we don't have conversion tracking enabled because that requires fancy pixels and tags and all that kind of stuff that we're not going to talk about today, but we can still get a lot of good views, and then by extension have some people click over to get more information. But this is really about branding and positioning and exposing you as the dominant listing agent in your marketplace. So add your call to action text, add your headline, go down here and you can create a name for your ad. So once again, just listed, and then you click create campaign and it's done. And look at these estimated performance results. 910 to 1.7 thousand views per week. And we're looking at 2 to 3 cents cost per view on average, using up most all of our budget, which was $5 a day for a week. So all in all, I like it. Let's keep going. All right, our second YouTube ad for realtors to run is a home valuation campaign. Now, home valuation is not a new call to action. It's in fact been done quite a bit, but not on YouTube. What's your home worth? Get a free home estimate, get an updated pricing or an equity update on your property, whatever language you want to use. This hasn't been fully utilized on YouTube. And so today we're going to talk about how to run a home valuation video on a YouTube ad targeting your marketplace to get more listings. Yes, let's dive in. Now, a lot of what we cover is going to be almost rinse, lather, repeat from the last video, the just listed video. So here we go. We're back in the Google Ads portal. I'm going to choose to create a campaign without a goal again. I'm going to choose video again, a custom video campaign again. Click continue. It goes into the ad builder. And this time I'm going to call it, we're going to call it a home valuation. Did I spell that right? Not quite. Home valuation. All right, we're going to leave it at a max cost per view. We're going to change it to a daily total or daily budget of $5 a day. You can spend whatever you want. I'm going to specify a start and end date. I'm going to pretend this one's going to start tomorrow, run it till probably the end of the month. That'll be sufficient. I'm going to scroll on down and we're going to choose to look at our locations again. I'm going to target. We'll just do Spokane to keep it easy. Spokane, Washington, target. And then I'm going to go down here once again to my ad group. I'm going to change it to home valuation, titled the same thing so I can clearly see what's what when I'm looking at all my campaigns kind of in the viewer. And then I'm going to go down to audiences and I'm going to choose browse. And I am simply going to target detailed demographics, homeownership status, homeowners. I want to make an offer to homeowners in Spokane to find out what their home is worth. So let's scroll on down a little bit more. I'm going to turn the audience expansion on. I'm going to set my bid at 0.05 cents. move to the next thing, and then all you do is you copy and paste the link for your particular video and you get another ad done. You scroll to the bottom, click create campaign, you're done. I mean, it's that easy. See how fast you can get at this when you do it a lot? Now, what is the video gonna look like? What are you gonna say in the video? My advice is that you say something to the effect of, hey, Spokane homeowners. The most important thing you can say in a skippable InStream ad in the first 5 seconds is the location of whoever you're targeting, because they're gonna look up. They're gonna be watching a video, whatever they're watching, and you're gonna say, hey, Spokane homeowners. And they're gonna like, hey, they're talking to me. Wow. It's gonna capture their attention and you have 5 seconds to hook them. Hey, Spokane homeowners, the market has gone up, 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 something to that effect. In fact, in the last 12 months, we've gone from X to Y in terms of average price points. Even if you got your home value updated in the last 3 months, it's probably already out of date. Click the button below and go to my website to get a free estimate and find out how much equity you're sitting on in your property now. That would be the basic gist of this ad. Now, when they click the link on your ad to go to your website, I am banking on the fact that you have a automatic home valuation landing page as part of your website software. If you don't, you need to rethink how you do this ad campaign, but this is a way to generate some actual listing leads. But you're like, but Jason, home valuation leads are not that great. They're not when you run this ad on Facebook because it's been so overdone. But on YouTube, it is less overdone, and therefore there is a more ripe audience to be picked and generate some listings. I think you should do this right away. Now, in your video, after you make the offer to get the home valuation, you could also offer some other information. You could say something to the effect of, we've seen an increase in inventory over the last 30 days, not to the point where it's not a seller's market. We're still seeing properties sell competitively over asking price, but the benefit is if you've been somebody on the fence thinking about selling for a long time, but you've been scratching your head thinking like, well, where would I go buy? There's nothing to go buy. Now may be that perfect opportunity to list your home, get maximum value for it, and still be able to find the one you actually want to move into. So again, if you're curious, click the link and let's get the conversation started. That's the second video that you should be making and running as an ad on YouTube right now. All right, video number 3 is one we've done before. It's a market update video, and I'm not even gonna screen share for this one because literally the targeting is gonna be identical to the last one we just did. You're gonna target your city or your area, whatever area that you're making the market update for, you're gonna target that area. That's it. And in the audience level, you're gonna target homeowners. Homeowners in that area about whom the market update is tailored. It's made for them. The only other difference between this one and the last one, really, other than the video itself, is how long you run it. I recommend doing this every 30 days. So spend $3 a day, spend $5 a day, spend $10 a day, whatever makes your heart sing. But you're gonna run it for 30 days and it's gonna be a monthly market update. And doing this continuously is what makes the biggest difference, because imagine if you're a consumer and it's like every month I can bank on seeing so-and-so's video who informs me about what's going on in the marketplace. They're the knowledge broker, because right now things are changing, things are accelerating, it's competitive. A lot of folks are kind of sitting on the sidelines thinking about selling but not sure how to do it or where they'd go, and they're looking for the person who can bring them the details and facts they need to make informed choices to move forward. That's you. That's why you need a market update video. Now, the key is in the opening frame, you got 5 seconds to hook them. So again, as before, make sure you say, hey, Spokane homeowners, whatever it is, say that same magic phrase again so they look up and they get their market report. I also recommend in the ad itself that you include a link that goes to your webpage where they can contact you to get in touch with you if they're interested in booking a listing appointment. So that's kind of a goal, right? We want to get those leads. So again, same targeting as before, max cost per view. We're going to run $5 a day or whatever you want for 30 days. You're going to target homeowners in your area, wherever you're making the market report for, done and dusted, and do it every month. Be the knowledge broker, be the informant in your local marketplace. All right, and video number 4 for YouTube ads that real estate agents can run is what I call the queue jumper. In other words, we're gonna cut the line, we're gonna cut the queue. And this one, as I promised before, will be a video discovery ad. So we've talked about TrueView ads, we talked about our InStream ads, which the first 3 were all skippable InStream ads. This one's different, it's a video discovery ad. Now, video discovery ads, when you conduct a search on YouTube and then an ad actually shows as the top ranking result. So our goal here is for you to imagine making a video that you want to do well organically. In other words, you make a video that's designed to capture searches. People are searching for it, your video ranks, they find your video, they reach out to you, and you're generating buyer and seller opportunities. That's the game of YouTube, but it's really competitive. And so this ad might be the handy little trick that you need to kind of cut the line and build that audience and have your video perform better in terms of generating real interested buyers and sellers. It's a queue jumper. So it's not going to be like the skippable simple InStream ads, which run the risk of actually cannibalizing your video, algorithmically speaking. But in this case, we're going to bolster it up with a video discovery ad because it's going to be built around the keywords that a person might search that would ideally trigger your video, but there's other competition. So we're going to skip the line with this type of ad. So let's dive in. We're back into my Google Ads platform. We're going to click create a campaign without a goal, choose video, leave it alone on the custom video campaign and click continue. And we can name it. We're going to call this one the Queue, got to spell it out, Q Jumper. Max cost per view is fine. Campaign is going to be daily spend of $5. I'm going to pretend that we're going to start it tomorrow and we're going to run it for, I'm just going to say a week. You can run it a lot longer. I'm just making this up. Networks. We haven't looked at this yet. We're going to look at it right now. Let's expand it open. I do not want this ad showing up on the display network video partner sites. Like that could be like on the Weather Channel app. That's not what I want. I do not want it showing on other YouTube videos. Like I want YouTube search results, period. I want people to do a search and they see my video. Now, I'm going to target differently than before. It's not going to be audience targeting. It's going to be keyword targeting. So we're going to target all the US and Canada because I don't care where you are. I care how you trigger my ad, which is going to be keyword based. Okay. So I don't care where you are in this one. So don't mess with that. Scroll on down and we're going to look at this section called related videos. Okay, this is pretty darn cool. So add videos related to your video ads to help increase engagement. So let's do a thing. Let's go to YouTube real quick and let's pretend that I'm going to do a search for pros and cons of moving to Texas. Okay, and that's my keyword, that phrase, pros and cons of moving to Texas. And here are the videos that are already ranking. Now, this video here with Katie Day is actually my sample video. I'm going to pretend that this is the ad we're going to run. Here's who she's trying to cut the line in front of. I'm going to open up this one. I'm going to grab the link up here for that first video, copy it. I'm going to go back over here to related videos and I'm going to paste it. It's going to find it. That's one. Let's go back and we're going to get the second one, pros and cons of living in Dallas, Texas. That's fine. I'm going to choose that one. This video is copy and paste. And you get the gist. Like I'm going to go choose, basically I'm going to pick off the line, so to speak. Now let me go get this is the video we're going to actually use. I would just pick off the line of the other videos on that term I want to rank on, okay? That's going to help YouTube and by extension Google figure out how to place my ad more effectively. Click done. And then I'm going to scroll down to the ad group. We're going to call it once again the QUEUE jumper, the Q jumper. We're cutting the lines, the max pass or whatever they call it at Disney. I'm not going to do any audience targeting. I'm going to go down to the content here. I'm going to target keywords. Keywords where? Keywords they search right here in YouTube, which means we should do some keyword analysis. I'm going to copy that to my clipboard, open up my TubeBuddy Keyword Explorer, which is a great little handy dandy tool for doing some research on what are the phrases people are actually using on YouTube. I'm going to paste that right there, click Explore. So it's going to tell me how it ranks and everything like that. It's a very good keyword. I'm looking for this data over here. No related videos found. Let's see what video topics are. Okay, why I moved to Texas. So we're going to take that. So first things first, let's go add our keywords with a line break. And then we're going to choose why I moved to Texas. And then let's go back over here. We're going to grab this one, pros and cons of moving. Just you can add your own. Let's pretend that she's Houston. So I'm going to say pros and cons of moving to Houston. That's a good one. Pros and cons of moving to Houston. And then what else have we got? Pros and cons of living in Texas. Pros and cons of living in Texas. Moving to TX. Should I move to TX? Now, I'm making some of these, I'm just making these up. I'm assuming there's search volume around those terms. There may or may not be. That's why I'm using a tool like TubeBuddy to determine, are there actually a reasonable number of related searches so that I can rank. Now, here's the trick. This is almost as if my video is ranking organically because I'm specifically tying it to the keywords somebody might search on YouTube and not just some audience targeting, because if I didn't do that, and people never clicked my ad, then I'm actually damaging, I am cannibalizing the video's performance over time because click-through rate matters. So if my ad shows up in the search results, it better be relevant to the search so people actually click it to go watch the video. Otherwise, I'm wasting my time and I'm actually hurting my video in the long term. All right, so let's go back to this. You get the gist here, just add some keywords. Scroll on down, we're gonna set a bid. I'm gonna make this bid 10 cents just because. And then I'm gonna go grab the link to Katie's video real fast. Here it is. Let's open it up, pause it, take that link, Command C to copy it. We're gonna go back over here and we are going to Command V to paste it. It's gonna find it and it's gonna be a video discovery ad. And there it is showing up in our search results as a sample. Here's what it looks like on desktop. Somebody does their search, pros and cons of moving to Texas or whatever it might be. And then bam, Katie's video is right on the top and it's relevant to the search. That's your fourth ad. This is how you promote your content to grow your YouTube channel. So that's 4 ideas for leveraging YouTube as a real estate professional to really grow your business and your local footprint. I hope this content was valuable to you. I think that it is. I hope that you do it more specifically. If you like this video, give it a little thumbs up, leave a comment, tag some people, bring them in on the action. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please, by all means, subscribe and turn the bell on so you get alerted whenever I post new content on my YouTube channel. I would love to connect with you on Facebook and Instagram and all over the web. And I hope you implement what you learned here today. Have a great day. Go sell some houses, go grow your business, and grow your business.